Ah, the beaches of Wake Island. Blue sea, sandy beaches, palm trees, fluffy clouds, and birds flying overhead. I don't need a Magnum right now, I need a deck chair. Actually, what I need is a decent game on this map. If I ever get one, I'll bring you a video. So for now, we'll have to go with Gulf of Oman Conquest. And in this particular game, I get in a jet right at the start, and I stay in a jet all the way through the game. Now, I'm not the world's best jet pilot, I will admit that. I'm much more effective in a helicopter. But, you know, you've got to give it a try, haven't you, if you want to skill up. I will say this. Flying jets on console is definitely harder than on the PC. It's not the flying around that's the problem, it's these little fine adjustments. Do you see that there? You can see that. You get the same thing when you're shooting a weapon. You get this kind of overcompensation. I don't know if it's unique to the PS3 or not. If there's anybody on Xbox could let me know, do you get this on the Xbox? Do you get this weird overcompensation as you move your right thumb to sort of aim? Because it's really annoying on PS3. You can't make fine adjustments. And I tell you what I would like. I would like separate sensitivity controls for different vehicles. I mean, I want one sensitivity when I've got a gun. I want a different one in a jet. I want a different one in a helicopter. It's going to massively help me if I could have that kind of thing. So DICE, if you ever listen to these videos, please give us that. That would be nice. Anyway, the advantage of being in a jet on this map is that you get to see me flying around, you get to see the layout, the graphics. If there's anybody new to this particular map, then it might be of interest to get a nice kind of overview. I like to have an overview of a map. It helps me to plan, you know, where I am and where I'm going, that kind of thing. Now, what I've found on this one, I have played this map from the carrier, and we got spawn trapped, really. And the same thing happens to the other team. They never really get off this carrier properly. I mean, they do make it off, and they do manage to cap a node. You can see now they've got C. But they never get more than one node, and we quickly take it back. There's myself flying around in this jet, and I kind of really hassle the aircraft taking off here. You know, they've got a helicopter, they've got a jet, they've got the new hovering jet. They've got plenty of stuff. But they just can't, you know, they get, as they sort of get in it, I mean, I've been on that, look at that, I've been on that side of it, and it's really annoying. You get in a vehicle and you just get whammed before you even get off the platform. I think that the carrier could do with an anti-aircraft gun. I don't think that would imbalance this map, but it's they certainly need some kind of help at this spawn point here. Some protection to get them off the ground, you know? That's my feeling anyway. As you can see, I'm getting shot from behind here, so I make some quick evasive moves, hit the brakes, U-turn around over the carrier, sort of decide to come back up for him, and then he seems to disappear off my radar, so I'm not sure if the other jet takes him out or whether they just go out of range, but I fly off while my vehicle recovers. So, yeah, this particular map, on the ground, look at that, that's what happens when you hover. That was the hovering plane, by the way. And if you hover and a jet's coming at you, it makes it so easy just to shoot now. That's the downside of hovering. I'm not sure you should be hovering there. Maybe you should hover over in the land areas where it would be much harder for me to sort of make an attack run. I've not had a decent run in that jet yet, so when I do, I'll bring you some footage. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of cranes on this map, and when I was down on the ground in previous games, there were a lot of snipers. The snipers love those cranes, they really do. They get right up there, and they get their ballistic scope out, and they start snapping at you, and you get that snap, crackle, pop sound, you know, and the bullets are snapping right next to your ear. And then you got to spot them, and the only way to really take them out is to go sniper, but the bullet drop, when you're actually on the ground, the distance between cranes, or between the crane and the ground, is huge, and the bullet drop is really substantial. It takes you a couple of shots just to get used to it. So as you can see, we've got B, which is pretty much all they ever get. I'm just flying around here, look at that. We could do some Top Gun music right now. Like I say, it's not that I can't fly the plane. It's not that I can't sort of... You know, I'm pretty decent at manoeuvres. The sort of coarse grain stuff. I can do the... I can do U-turns and these flips and twirls and God knows what you want to call them. I'm sure they have technical names in Top Gun school. I can do all that. It's just the fine-grained... I mean, there you go. I managed to get it under control there. After this game, I actually end up dropping my sensitivity down just one notch, and it really helps, actually. I'm not really sure. Last night I was playing it, and it seemed fine, but today, I don't know. I can't explain it. My cold, by the way, is not quite taking hold. I've got a bit of a blocked nose, but I think I'm going to fight this one off, so that's good news. So I hope I don't sound too bad. Gulf of Oman is... I thought I'd have fun in this jet, but I've got to say, I prefer it on the ground, on the infantry, I think. Although in the helicopter it was good fun. If you got a good gunner and you can get over that landmass there, you can have some real good fun with it. But I've got another game coming up after this one on the peninsula, and I did say yesterday in a previous video that it is a beautiful looking map, the peninsula, and it really is. I really like it. It's got so many places, so many nooks and crannies, and there's lovely little features, you know, swimming pools and little fountains going on, and then there's a TV station which I think I get right high on at the end, which is just hilarious. So I'll bring you that video a bit later on. But this particular game, I just decided to stay in the jet for as long as I could. As it turned out, I never really got hassled by the other jets at all. I just end up taking down... I don't know if it's the other guy. Maybe he's a better pilot than me, and he's actually... maybe he's taken the other jet down, but I never really get hassled from them. You see that there? That was a classic overcompensation. I wanted to just drop the nose slightly as he lost altitude, but the bloody thing just shot down. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the comments that I'm getting on these videos at the moment, people obviously on PC saying... Some people are saying, oh, I hope the map's not that small. Well... No, it's not. I mean, this is console footage, and the maps are, in the words of Patrick Black, the guy from DICE, they are more compact. That's the word he uses. He doesn't like to say smaller. But they are more compact, mostly due to memory constraints from what his guys said, his developers said. That's the real limitation. If there's one thing I hope for in the next-gen consoles, which I think Microsoft might be getting theirs out next year, I hope they put memory upgradability in it, because you know what's considered plenty memory now, in 3 or 4 years' time, when the consoles are middle life cycle, they're not. It's not. You know, the games, the software is always moving on. It's always pushing the boundaries. And if you consider this game is playing on 5 to 6 year old graphics card and memory, you know what can you play on a 5 to 6 year old PC? It's pretty impressive they managed to get this out of a console, if you're honest. But it's never going to be as good as a PC. But I don't think that the PC guys should come here and try to fragment the BF3 community by saying, oh, you know, play on PC, learn to play, you won't be able to do this on PC. Come on guys, we're all playing Battlefield, let's just enjoy it. Yeah? I mean, I play on PC as well, but I play PS3 mostly because that's what my friends play, and that for me is more of a priority than playing on PC, although it does feel like BF3 Lite, you know, on console, it really does. Can't help that, but it's still a good game. It's still a very enjoyable game. Anyway, so I hope you had a bit of fun with that one. Hope you got to see the map. I shall bring you another video shortly on the peninsula, so that'll be on the ground, infantry. A lot of running and gunning. That's it from me. I did alright. What, 6 for 0? Not so bad, I suppose. Didn't exactly rack up the points, but 1,000 points in the jets, not bad. But yeah, Wake Island. God, if I can get a game on that, that'd be nice. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, guys, and watch out for my next video after this one. Click like if you like it, sub if you're new. Take care, see you soon.